What is the Google crawl budget for your website? And why does it even matter? So the Google crawl budget is the frequency that Google comes by your website, as well as the quantity of pages that Google crawls and then subsequently indexes when it visits your website. So Google comes by your website, it crawls through a certain number of pages, the crawl budget, and then it indexes most or all of those pages. So for SEO, you want Google to have to crawl your most important content on your website and then rank that content high. So it's good to know that Google is coming by. So here's how you can find that. So I'm just going to start on the right page here. So if you go to Google Search Console, and sometimes you can go to Google Search Console directly, or you can go through Google Analytics. So through your Google Analytics account, or directly if you just do a Google search for Google Search Console and find your account. And then over on the left, in the menu on the left, you go to Pages. It's under Indexing, and so then click on Pages. And then you can see there are pages that are not indexed, and there are pages that are indexed. So this is a really small website with not very many pages, but even so, it's a great example. So and then from here, you scroll down a bit, and there's a link that says View Data About Indexed Pages. So that's what I want you to click on. And then if you scroll down, you'll see examples of pages that Google has crawled on this website. So even though this is a really small website, Google comes along faithfully almost every day to crawl at least one page of this website. So this is a very typical percentage of the total number of pages. So if you have 100 pages, you'll be lucky to get 10% of your pages crawled on each visit. But it also has to do with the quality of your website as well. So Google almost never will crawl all of your website with each visit. It's always just a small number of pages compared to the total number of pages on your website. So why is that important? One, it's nice to know that that Google crawlers are coming along every day to crawl and index at least one page on your website, right? So that's good. You're getting crawled and indexed by Google. And in this example, it looks like the crawl budget is 1 or 2 pages almost every day. But like between, for example, February 19th and the 23rd, there was a gap of a few days, right? But most of the time, Google's coming along your website and crawling almost every day, and is going to be indexing at least a handful of pages. I like to hope for anywhere between 5 and 10%. I have about 200 indexed pages on my website, and which is still a small website, and I get anywhere from 2 pages to 20 pages indexed. So it can really vary widely, but Google is coming along frequently every day to crawl and index on my website. So why is this important? Why does this matter? So if Google is coming along and you have a budget, and if that crawl budget is being spent on low quality, low value content on your website, that's not good. So when you look at the pages that are being crawled and you're seeing like old press releases, pages you forgot they even existed, events in the past, right? Things that don't really matter, and that, and you're like, cringe when you're thinking that Google is spending your crawl budget on that content on your website. That's a sign that you need to do some SEO cleanup on your website. You need to unpublish low quality content on your website and then create redirects so that those URLs are redirected to another part of your website that has more value. Hopefully the content that's being crawled and indexed is content that's going to bring you business, right? So that's kind of the idea here, is to generate sales and conversions as a result of good quality traffic to your website. But if your crawl budget is being wasted on content that's low value, then there's a hurdle there that doesn't really need to be there. So sometimes the first step in your SEO strategy is to do this kind of SEO cleanup where you're unpublishing content instead of diving in and creating new content, right? And in some websites that are very large and have a large number of low value content, those websites can even be flagged as kind of spammy because the majority of the content is just not valuable. As soon as someone lands on that URL, they leave, which is a sign to Google that that's a low quality page. And you don't want a lot of pages like that on your website overall. It just will affect the perceived value as a whole of your website. So if you're working on your SEO strategy, trying to put that together, you don't have to do that alone. At my company, that's what we do. We do WordPress training, SEO training, and we can even help you with your SEO strategy. So reach out to my company for help with that. It's Emily Journey and Associates. And keep coming back to this channel. Stick with me, and together we'll figure out WordPress and SEO.